It's no secret that I'm a huge fan of BBC television. A lot of people give it a hard time because they claim that the video quality bothers them and that the shows all look like they're shot on video and yada, yada, yada. I don't care about any of that. Their shows are fantastic. Most of the shows they make are things that I'm very, very obsessed with. Robin Hood is one of them, MI5, Hustle, the Doctor Who and Torchwood shows, you name it, I'm pretty much into all of them. But Robin Hood is kind of a fun one. It's a little bit different from the normal BBC show. You have here a period action-adventure film that takes place, of course, back in medieval times. This is Robin Hood, after all. And the show is really pretty awesome. It doesn't do anything revolutionary with its formula. It presents the story of a fairly young Robin Hood and takes us through his travels and travails on a weekly basis. But the BBC has a way of crafting shows that's unlike American television. They really understand character development better than most American shows do. And I'm not knocking American TV. I'm a television addict. I watch a ton of American television. But there's a quality level to a lot of the BBC shows that I find is really, really impressive, and Robin Hood is one of them. The show has great production values. It's a well put together show. It looks great. It looks pretty authentic, but kind of still has a modern feel to it. And the performances are great, but the characters are really what drives the show. You get wrapped up in the adventures of Robin Hood and his merry men on a weekly basis, and it does some really interesting things with the legend of Robin Hood. I don't want to give away too much like the back of the package does, so if you haven't seen Season 2 yet, don't even read the description on the back of the DVD case. It will give away a major spoiler. But I will say that that major spoiler was a pretty big shock, and it was something that you didn't expect the series to do. And that's part of what I love about the BBC television. With the exception of a few American shows like Lost or 24, most American shows play things pretty safe. BBC shows aren't afraid to kill off a main character here or have somebody turn out to be a traitor there or just do something completely unexpected at any given moment. And that's what Robin Hood did. And Robin Hood wasn't one of the shows that was filled with shocks and surprises every episode, but they did manage to get things kind of turned around and keep you on your toes by the end of the second season. So Season 3 picks up from there, and it's just fantastic. It's a really great show. Of course, that being said, I recommend starting with Season 1 and working your way up to Season 3 rather than just jumping in here. But if you have to do that, this is certainly a fine way to do that. You can pick up Season 3, and in an episode or two, you'll pretty much know everything you need to know in order to be caught up. So it's definitely worth checking out. As usual, it's a very nice BBC box set. It comes with a handful of solid extra features, including a Legend Reborn featurette, a New Look featurette, which focuses on the costumes, the Trebuchet Creating Chaos featurette, which is a look at the, not the slingshot, but the kind of catapult machines that they used back in the medieval times and the ones created for the show. You get some character profiles and some on-set video diaries. So it's a pretty good DVD release in terms of its extra features. Now, the previous two seasons were also released in Blu-ray, but both of those came out after the fact, several months after the fact of the DVD release. So I'm hoping that the BBC will do the same thing here and give us the DVD release now as well as the Blu-ray release later on, although I wish they would have just released them both at the same time and been done with it rather than making us wait or have to buy one set and then rebuy it later in high definition. So if you're a Blu-ray fan, you may want to hold off until the inevitable third season Blu-ray, but if not, or if you can't wait any longer to watch it because it's such a great show, then you definitely should pick it up now. So Robin Hood Season 3, without a doubt, highly recommended.